made it. Hello. How are you? Friday the 13th. My goodness, I did not realize till not that long ago that it was Friday the 13th. So not a very eventful Friday the 13th for me. But good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you are in the world. Thank you for joining me to chat about figures. And we're not just going to chat about figures today because after a long wait, my boy Heath is in the house. Perth boy, Perth girl. So the Heath Ledger Joker is a figure that is super special to me, given Heath is an actor from my hometown. So I'm super excited to have this. I think I've mentioned 1,000 times that I was in Hong Kong in November when this released, and it took a long time to get to Australia. So I'm happy he's here. I literally only just took the bubble wrap off this thing maybe like half an hour ago. I was like starting to set up for the stream, and I looked at it and still had the, like, you know, if you've had a pop culture delivery, like the bubble wrap and the green tape. And I was like, oh, I need to get through some of these layers to make this unboxing a little bit easier. But I mean, how beautiful is this picture on the box? Seriously. It's a lovely shot of Heath. So I'm really looking forward. Authentic unboxing. It's been a while since I've had a hot toy to unbox on the stream. I think this is the first one since John Wick, I want to say. So I'm super excited to have him in hand. We'll have a look. I did debate getting out some other figures to compare, but I think I just want to enjoy this on its own because I have been waiting for it for the longest time. But guys, there's already so many chat comments and people here, so thank you. I appreciate it. As I've always say, like, I can't do this stream on my own, but the way I talk, maybe I can. I don't know. But having you guys in the chat, it definitely helps. I love hearing your opinions, whether you're watching live or on the replay. So let's see who's here to hang out on a Friday. Carlos leaving a message as always. Good morning, Helen. Sending a big hello as always from a very hot New Jersey. We're supposed to get up into the mid-90s today. Oh, wow, that is quite hot. Looking forward to the replay later to see how the Joker unboxing turns out. Oh, I hope it turns out well. Also really like the new Spidey that just came out. Lastly, as always, let's hit the like button for our dear friend Helen and help push her to 4K sub mark. Have a great day, everyone. Well, I mean, I'm closing in on 3.5K, which I'm quite chuffed about. So I think I'm at 3,300 and I want to say maybe 80. So we're creeping up there. And again, if you're watching, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, maybe do so. These things are free. I'm here to keep people entertained every Friday with amazing hot takes about things, and just here to really upset everyone with all the popular movies I haven't seen. We've got Toy Collector here. Happy Friday, everyone. Cheers to the weekend. I know, right? I think I was ready for the weekend at around 9:30 a.m. on Monday. This week has been a lot. Natalie Harris is here. Good afternoon, I should say, from a very warm 24 Celsius from the UK. Helen, hope you're okay. I'm hanging in there. 24 Celsius is actually quite a cool day here in Perth. I love how subjective weather can be, because I also know, like, we're in winter now, and what I would consider as cold, people in Europe would probably laugh at. So I tend to joke that, like, 25-degree weather in the UK is probably where, like, they wanted to go to the beach and have a barbecue. And I was like, oh, no, that's like a nice autumn day here. It's not hot at all. We've got Ramstein fan. Howdy, Helen, everyone. Can't wait to see the live unboxing of the DX32. Me too. I'm quite keen because I've only seen it through the glass cabinet at Secret Base. So I finally got him here. I'm very, very excited. The new Spider-Man is sweet. One of my favorite suits in the game. Oh, okay. But for me, they messed up this figure by giving him those legs. Oh, okay. Interesting. I feel like I'm seeing very mixed comments on that Spider-Man figure, but we'll have a look. We've got some photos. We'll talk about Spidey a little bit later. Uncarded reviews. Good day, everyone. Well, good day to you. Let's J&I's. The new Bane is the best. It's good. There's There's little Shuri. Can we all see my little monkey? She's very cute. It does look good. I saw the photos, and at first, I didn't know what it was, like what the scale was, and if it was a statue or a figure. So I was kind of going, well, gee, if that's a 6-scale figure, that's impressive. But it is a statue, and I mean, you can get so much more details in a larger scale. I was actually talking to someone was asking me about my quarter scale figures and how I like them. And one of the comments I made was they just have so much more presence. And I think you can get just so much more detail in that bigger scale. So, I mean, if you've got the space, it's a beautiful statue. It's widely regarded as the best looking version in any scale. Anyone getting it? Oh, I don't know. I wonder how much it costs, to be honest. So I have to say, like, there she is, little monkey. Look at her. Where's she going? I do think the Hot Toys 2.0 is a huge improvement, and it was quite interesting putting it in this cabinet with older figures. They just looked so underscaled by comparison. So I feel like Hot Toys did a good job with theirs, but, you know, you're comparing a 3rd scale to a 6th scale. They've got so much more, literally so much more room to play with than a 6th scale figure. Like, they've got so much surface area to get more details and whatnot. Into Bobby Dillon's here. Friday Fun Day. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, Shuri's just done a little roll on the ground. She's totally excited for Friday Fun Day. Dark Knight Archives. Hello, hello. I think maybe that's going to be hello, Helen. Hello, Helen, and everyone in the chat. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Yep, there we go. I feel like I should get a bigger monitor. I'm on like a laptop, and I feel like everything is very small, and my eyes are tired at the end of the day. So, what is it? Okay, Shuri's got energy and feelings. Adam Doom, 89. Good morning, Helen and chat. Congrats on the Joker. By the way, he's definitely a great figure, especially next to the Dark Knight. Well, I've got the Clear Armory and the new Dark Knight on their way because Bobby Dillon enabled me. Yes, he did. And I'm super keen for that. My Dark Knight in my display is the DX12, so I only have the DX12 and the original Armory. So I'm quite keen to see the upgrade. Like, I went and rewatched some reviews of that release, and particularly like looking at some of the comparisons, particularly even to like the DX19. I'm really excited to get it. And as I say, like, once I put Bane in that cabinet, so many figures felt out of scale because at the front I've got the First Night Out Bruce, the Dark Knight, and I used to have the Kento suited Bruce Wayne, but I had to swap it for the Topo because the Kento one just looked way too small compared to the Bane. So I'm really excited to get that. Hopefully that will arrive next week. I'm not unboxing that live, but I might do a video unboxing because I don't want to be handling clear acrylic in a cramped space because I feel like that's a recipe for disaster. Benny's here. I don't know how to pronounce that, but greetings from Sweden. Greetings from Australia. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. As someone that has a really long Greek surname that has had it pronounced incorrectly pretty much 99% of my life, I do get very I want to say people's names correctly and I want to pronounce things correctly. So I feel like I tend to avoid if I can't. But I'm assuming you've said hello. How are you? Good, thanks. How are you? Dark Knight Archive says, congrats on finally getting the Joker. I'm looking forward to the unboxing segment. The Rises, the Rises Armory is absolutely amazing. You're going to love it when yours arrives. Well, I mean, I hope so, because that wasn't cheap in the Australian dollary dues. But it's going to go on the camo tumbler shelf. So I have a plan in my head as to how I'm going to do this, and I hope it looks as good as I have pictured. We will see. J&D is also releasing a bank robber Joker in December, so I guess it's time to make room. Oh, is that a figure or a statue? I have so many Heath Ledger Jokers. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 2 that are now redundant. 10. I have 10 quarter scale Heath Jokers, and this is my problem. I'm like trying to sell them, the older ones. I'm like, I just don't even know that I can get anything for them or that it's worth the stress, to be honest. I feel like I'm just going to pop them in the box and put them in a cupboard and whatever. I hope they make one. Yeah, I mean, a 1/6 scale one would be nice. But I have to say, I got the Topo Bank Robber Joker, and that's actually replaced the Hot Toys one in my collection. I actually think they did a really great job with that suit. And I hated that my Hot Toys one had the yellowing down the front of the shirt. And that's still available. 1/6 kit, if anybody does want that. I think it is a really good outfit set for the money. Anthony Stanfield's here. Hi, Helen. You're going to love the figure. It's the best in my collection. Oh. I'm hoping it'll be the best of the 10th 6 scale Heath Ledger Jokers I have. Broke Collector, my foundation member. Hello. Hope everyone's extra careful out there this Friday the 13th. 100%. Stay safe, everyone. Raymond's here. Hello, Helen. Have fun with that DX32. Mine should come in early next month. Oh, wow. I didn't realize other people were still waiting for it. I kind of figured here in Australia we were the last ones, but well, I hope you love yours when you get it in hand. King Dingaling, hello all. I envy the space you have behind you. Need to sell a few of my wick pieces as I'm just running out of space. Wick pieces? Really? Which ones? What are you selling? I actually I bought a second John Wick for... I'll talk a bit about that later and why. But yeah, okay. Which ones? I was going to say Bob Dylan would be in the market, but I don't think there's anything John Wick he doesn't have. Interesting. Let's say I'll talk about Wick a little bit more because I will otherwise wreck my segment. AJ's here. Greetings, Helen and friends. Hope all is well. I'm good, AJ. Hope you are too. Happy Friday to you, my friend. Winman's here. Happy Friday to everyone from Albuquerque. Oh, cool. Currently 70 Fahrenheit here at 8:18 a.m. or 21 degrees Celsius. Well, thank you for the Celsius conversion. I appreciate it. Tim Tam Slam Time. No, I did actually send off some Tim Tams to some friends. So I hope they get them and enjoy them very soon. But because I was at the shops buying them and I had to show restraint to not buy a few packets for myself because if I have them in the house, I will frickin' smash them. I absolutely love them. Mike's here. Hey, everyone. Helen, congrats on the Heath Ledger Joker. Your figure must have been shipped along with my Supergirl because she arrived yesterday in that beautiful Australian cardboard. Oh, cool. My Joker, when did my Joker get here? It got here on Monday. But I actually didn't get a chance because I get all my parcels delivered to the post office just because I'm at work and they're safer there. I didn't actually get to pick it up till Wednesday, and I think that probably helped me resist opening it before the stream because I always like to do a authentic unboxing like I'm seeing it for the first time with you guys. But I hope you like your Supergirl figure. That I feel like that improved a lot between the prototype and the release. Ramstein's making some breakfast. That seems like quite a breakfast. Eggs, bacon, English muffin, pancakes, coffee. Well, I'm having a decaf coffee, to be honest. I had a proper coffee before to perk myself up, but I feel like if I have a second coffee now, I will not sleep, and I need some sleep. Luminar is here. Hello, Lumi. How you doing? Happy Friday to you. Means good day. We're all learning. This is an educational stream now. We're learning languages. We're making friends from around the world. It's a beautiful thing. Often's here. Hello, all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Often. You're a bit early. Nice to see you. The Hot Toys John Wick 2 and the regular edition from John Wick 4. Oh, interesting. It's funny. I debated for the longest time getting the John Wick 2, and I think because I've kit bashed my own with the Topo suit, but the one thing that I am bummed out by is that the shirt doesn't have like the tie pin. But yeah, and I literally bought a John Wick standard edition. I had the special edition originally, which is the one I got from Sideshow. which is ironic because now I don't even think I'm going to display him with that special edition rifle, and I paid a whole bunch of money extra and a stupid amount of postage, but collector things, right? Ramstein fan says, the black suit Toby arrives today. I'm so excited. Oh, cool. That is a great figure. And so many third parties are making suits for that Toby Maguire head sculpt. I think Kento and Topo are both doing suits. So maybe a kit bash project in there for you. So we've got an unboxing to do. We've got newsy news to talk about. But just your regular reminder, no one knows where William Wang is. He has been missing since the 11th of May and more broadly missing for most of 2025. So just a reminder, guys, don't be placing POs with this guy. Like, he last posted a picture of boxes on the 11th of May. There's now something crazy like 750 comments to his post saying he was back after being missing since March, and nothing. His website's not replying to comments anymore. Nothing is happening. His website is still up taking orders, which annoys me no end. And just a reminder, if you're new, if you've pre-ordered the Jazz Inc. Catwoman, get in touch with Jazz Inc. They will transfer your pre-order to their website. And I know multiple collectors that have actually shown the proof of their deposit, and Jazz Inc. has very kindly transferred that amount onto their order with Jazz Inc. William has defaulted on his payments to Jazz Inc. So whether you will or won't get your Catwoman figure if you have ordered with him, we don't know. So be mindful of where you're ordering, and if people are asking the question of, is this place legit, you know what to tell them. Not in 2025, it's not. Ramstein says, I missed out on the pre-order for the black suit on Kit on Topo, but I'll get the one with the jeans instead and the sweater for now. I'm sure Kit will re-release Topo. Well, sometimes he gets extra. So if it comes in stock, there might be a few units available. Or alternatively, I've noticed Giant Toy is starting to stock some Topo sets. So they had the Drifter and a couple of other things. So might be worth, if you can't get it through Kit, maybe keeping an eye on the Giant Toys website, because they're starting, which I think's great. I think it's great because sometimes, you know, you really want something, and if there's only one retailer, it's hard. But typically things do come in stock. It won't be a great number. Won't be like he's got hundreds of them, but now and then Kit will post in his group and it'll be like, I've got X units available. And if you act quick, you've got a window through which to order. Hey, hope everyone's doing good today. Well, hello, Sharon. I keep assuming that's how to say your name, but I don't know for sure. I hope you're doing well. Apparently, Hannah Lee has been outed as a scammer too by Virtual Devil. Perhaps she's with William and they eloped to China together. I did see, like, Virtual Devil's been having some bad luck with the online sellers. I did see his post and the concerns that he had. I'm not particularly familiar with Hannah Lee to know more than that, but yeah, I did see his posts, and I really, as I said, I really feel for Samuel. He's not having a great run. Master Darcy's here. Good morning. Good morning to you. The William Wang train wreck continues. I mean, it hasn't really stopped, but I still see posts every now and then on Reddit with people asking about One Man's Hobby, and I sure is going nuts because she's like, how are we still talking about this? But people keep POing, and I'm just like, I wish someone would just pull that website, seriously. Helen, we appreciate the PSA to avoid this in Wang in particular. Well, yeah, this is definitely one not to mess with. Thanks for your heads up on Giant Toys. That's okay. I've been buying from them for years. They are very good, and in particular, the SooSooToys figures, because Kit does not sell SooSooToys and Giant Toys does. So I feel like between the two of those retailers, I don't really think you can go wrong. I've had good, like, timely deliveries, good customer service. Like, good experiences with both for many years. Hey, are you okay? She's very, I don't know, she's very vocal. I don't know what's up with Shuri. I just got in Venom Spider-Man 2 figure from Hot Toys. Man, that figure is so huge, but he's really, but man, it's really good. And his giant claw hand was as big as my hand. Oh, goodness. That's awesome. That's very kind, Dark Knight Archives. Please hit the like button, everyone. I mean, I'd appreciate it. Shuri is running around like a lunatic, hoping she gets some likes. Because I think she thinks most of the likes are for her, and maybe they are, because she's a cute little cat. She's still aggrieved. I think it's going to be the word of the week again this week. I knew things were over from Wang when Mr. Go figure released his statement on the matter. Mr. Go seems like a decent guy, so it's a shame Wang is burning his loyal customers. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really familiar with that channel, but he did share the video he made in the sort of support group. So I did see that. And as I've said, like, as horrible as a situation it is, I've been quite happy that other YouTubers have been saying something about this, because it's been going on for far too long. And I don't pretend I've got this, oh my God, amazing following. So when people like Virtual Devil in particular, who has more than 100,000 subs, brought this up, I was happy, because I was like, hopefully this reaches more people. Hopefully I stop seeing people on Reddit asking if One Man Tobby is a great place to buy from, because I don't think so. It must be Talkative Cat Day today. Our two are going crazy today. Oh, really? Goodness. I don't know. There's a few things going on in the house, and Shuri's definitely aggrieved, but she's not normally a very vocal cat. She actually has very, very little voice. Like, she can't even really meow. So when she gets vocal, I always worry that, like, something's wrong, but I think she's just got some pent-up energy that she needs to get out. Shuri Cam is needed, my goodness. Probably. It's funny, when I make videos, if she jumps up in front of the camera, I try to include it as a little outtake at the end. So there are a few Shuri cameos and Shuri shorts on my channel, because she's my little sidekick. I like to include her. Well, for you this week, very few Star Wars figures you have to talk about. Well, I mean, I think there's too many. J&D just put up their Bane, third statue. They did an amazing job with him. Yeah, that's the consensus. Will Jazz Inc. transfer USA orders? I don't think they could sell to USA. No impact to me in the UK, but maybe useful info for others. Oh, I don't know. That would be a different ball game. I just know it was Australian collectors that had pre-ordered through William, and then they reached out to Jazz Inc. to go, hey, we're in this situation. Is there anything you can do? And I've seen email screenshots that people showed me their correspondence with Jazz Inc. And that's where Jazz Inc. was like, look, we're going to reach out to William. We'll give him 7 days, and then, like, we'll circle back to this. And then they started crediting people. But if it's in the USA, I don't know how that would work, because, like, would Yoast have to give the money to... Because William's made some payments. He's not kept up with the payments. So I don't know. That's a very good question. And I think all you can do is email Jazz Inc. Like, from everything I've seen, they're trying to help people. So maybe they can figure something out. I don't know. Maybe they can send it to Kit or something and work something out. I don't know. I'm speaking out of turn, but I just think contact Yoast, because I've seen he's really gone above and beyond to help people, which I think is really great thing of Jazz Inc. to do. So someone talked about John Wick earlier, and I said, yes, I did buy a second John Wick figure, because I've been obsessed with this diorama. I don't know if people have seen this. So this is from the Osaka Continental. It's it's modular, so it's 3 individual screens. You can buy 1, you can buy 2, you can buy 3, and they're beautiful. They light up. So it's USB enabled or batteries. There's a remote. You've got a really nice wooden base. And what I love is you can put a crotch grabber in there. And if you don't want the crotch grabber in there, they give you a tiny little cutout to put on the wooden base. And I think I need this. Because I'm envisaging at some point my Wick or the World of John Wick display is going to move into here. And I would have room to display this because it's quite tall. It's 42 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches, so will not fit in a Detolf. But in my bigger glass cabinets, it would fit. And how good does this look? I've got my Topo cane. I've got my second John Wick. I could do something amazing with them. And what I love is the wooden base. It's actually a drawer. So you can store all your accessories for like Kane and John Wick right there. Or you can even pop little remotes for the backdrops in there. I think this is so cool. I think it's so cool. So when so Kit's put this up on his website to pre-order. As I said, it's modular, so you buy the piece you want. They're about $110 per piece, so it's not a cheap endeavor. But I think I need it. I think it just looks so cool. I just think the posing possibilities with this, it's just such an interesting backdrop. So yeah, I got a feeling I'm going to be ordering this. I only had the Drifter outfit with Wang, so a loss of £86. It was my first order after everyone said he was reliable for many years. Sorry for others who are in for a lot more than me. Well, that's the thing, Anthony. Like, I've seen so many people feeling remorse because they've been recommending the guy. They were saying, like, he's great, use him. And I feel like I'm in the same boat. I think I only have about like 120 Australian dollars in pre-orders. I pre-ordered those figures elsewhere months ago. But there's people that have significant amounts of money. So I've mentioned in the past the sort of support group that's available. And between something like, I think it was 120 members, the amount of money owed is something crazy like 180,000 Australian dollars. And that's from like 120 odd people. Like, his Facebook group has like 4.7 thousand people. And I always said, if the average was $100 per person, that's still close to 500,000 Australian. It's really crazy. Apparently, InArt has received the same appeal from burned Wang customers, but what can they really do? Well, I mean, I think it happened with Toys Wonderland when people approached InArt about that, and I don't think InArt did anything. So that's why I do think credit's where it's due to Jazz Inc. The fact that they have provided that opportunity to Australian collectors to transfer their orders to their website and also honour their deposits. I don't think there's many companies that would do that. There really isn't. When he said he relocated to the Hong Kong facility, to Hong Kong to facilitate distribution, I figured it was too late. He's no longer bound by real customer protection laws. I think the same thing, Bob. You're not going to have, well, we don't know if he's in Hong Kong or China. He just said he's moved closer to his China warehouse. But that's the thing. Like, the consumer protection and Australian consumer law here in Australia, I have to think is stronger. The only thing I'm hopeful for is because his business is registered in Australia, that does give people some form of recourse. But this is the thing, as I say, the amount of money I have, I feel like I'll write that off. But people who have 5, 10, up to 15,000 Australian dollars, that's a lot. That's a lot. And I really hope that they're able to do something to get that money back. That's a really cool diorama. I need this. I know, I'm just here to enable everyone. Did anyone see the SooSooToys Wolverine patch figure reveal? Yeah, no, we'll talk about that. I've got the photos. We'll talk about the SooSooToys, so we'll do it. 42 centimeters is 16.5 inches, so you are correct. It will not fit in a Detolf. No, it will not. I literally, when Kit posted it, I got my little tape measure. I came to the Detolf. The bottom, I think, is the tallest shelf, and I was like, nope, it will not fit in there. But in my glass cabinets, it's around 50 centimeters a shelf, so we'll definitely fit there. Wow, those are art print backdrops in 6 scale. Did you say drawers too? I immediately think Cherry Blossom Trooper in front of these two. Well, I mean, you could do that if you wanted to. Do I have? Yeah, so this is what you're getting broken down. So as I said, in the wood base, you've got the drawer that slides in so you can pop accessories or a Tim Tam, cheeky Tim Tam in there, whatever you feel like. You got the crotch grabber, and as I said, I love that the crotch grabber, you can have it in there or not, and they give you the little cutout piece, so if you don't want to use the stand at all, you don't have to. I believe there's magnetic plates that sit on the front. I think they say John Wick Chapter 4, which you can use or not use. So again, I love the flexibility. You've got the remote control, and you've got the backdrop. I think it's really cool. And as I said, you can pick whichever of these 3 panels that you want. So if you just want one for John or you just want to get 2, you've got options. So I think this has been done in a really good way. And I don't know how to pronounce the company's name, but I was talking to cousin Anthony and he was saying they are known to produce really good dioramas. So that was good to have that vote of confidence because I am not familiar with this company. Those bases would look great with your John Wick figures. You need to get them. I have a picture in my mind as to how I'm going to have it. So I want to have something similar to this. So I think I would maybe raise it up and have the diorama with Kane and Wick. And then on the like shelf level, because I've got like the 3 different looks that I like for John Wick, I think I'd put them sort of front and center. Then I'm thinking the ballerina. Give us Eve Macaro, please, Howie. And then I might also get the Hot Toys Kane. So that's what I'm thinking. I think it would look very cool. The Burned Wang support group is growing. I mean, sadly. Tim Tam storage, I'd definitely be hanging around my display a lot more. I mean, you can get individually wrapped Tim Tams. And that, like, no, who's looking for a Tim Tam in your display? Probably no one. It's the perfect crime. Seriously. In all seriousness, I would definitely consider this for the practical purposes alone. I love the storage function when not being stuffed with Tim Tams. I mean, 3 drawers and 2 figures. So in theory, like a drawer for each figure and then a drawer for snacks. You can't go wrong. So yeah, as I said, like I had mentioned this diorama last week when I did the Kane unboxing, and I just thought I would actually pop some photos for you guys to see because I wasn't sure if people had seen this, and I thought there might be some interest in it because it's a really cool diorama. So as I said, I don't know anywhere aside from 1/6 Kit that is selling this, so maybe available elsewhere. I've only seen it on Kit's website, and each section is what you're getting, different print. There's options A, B, and C, and they're $110 US a pop. I've picked up John Wick recently. Love the figure. It's so good. That John Wick 4 figure is really nice. As I said, I bought a second one, so I'm quite excited to have it. And I was actually I finished my Kane kit bash, so I was thinking I might do a little video on the Topo suit from last week and just show you guys how it looks with the Hot Toys head sculpt. So let me know if that's of interest to people, and I can try and do that this weekend. Oh, get out of here. Cheeky. I'm sorry, Helen, if I miss it due to work, but what is the price for these? So it's $110 US per section. So you buy the 3 sections individually. So Kit on the website clearly shows what panel A, what panel B, and what panel C is. So yeah, 110 US each, so 330, which is about 500 Australian. So it's the price of a figure. It's not cheap, but if you love John Wick, I think it would really be a statement piece to have with your figures. I think I need to order this. It's very cool. SooSooToys. SooSooToys or So Slow Toys? This was an interesting announcement. Casino Agent, Patch Wolverine, limited to 300 figures, but do we really know if it is 300 figures or not? Not really. But this has come with some backlash, and not because of the figure, but because people, rightly so, are getting a little bit frustrated with SooSooToys because they made a post to say, or they made a comment to say, they were not going to announce any more pre-orders until they released particular figures. So things like the CW Flash figures, I think it was perhaps the Blade figure as well. And there's been very few releases, but they keep announcing other figures. So they've announced the reissue of the Blind Vigilante, which, remember, was a limited to 300-piece figure. Now they're doing it again. They're redoing the Mr. Ice, and now they're doing this. So I was really interested to see so many people in the SooSooToys group were actually saying, I'm not pre-ordering this till you release the figures we've been waiting for years. So it's interesting because for me, I felt like a couple years ago, SooSooToys were really the darling of the third-party companies. But I think while some people are very much like, take your time, make it great, I think people are very much losing some patience with SooSooToys. I know for me, I've got maybe 4 SooSooToys figures on pre-order. They are well overdue. They are well overdue. And I'm not really sure what the holdup is for them, because they used to be pretty good at getting a steady flow of releases, whereas now, not so much. But controversy aside, interesting figure to tackle, riding that Deadpool and Wolverine hype for sure. But this is a figure that I know people have kit bashed. I know Bob Dylan's done this one. It's a cool look. Not gonna lie, it's a cool look for the character. But as I said, I think it's something that is achievable without whatever the long wait is going to be for SooSooToys to actually produce this figure. Or Dark Knight Archives says, Ballerina was awesome. I'm curious to see what Hot Toys announces from this line. I'm assuming we're getting the Ballerina and John Wick. Look, it's the teaser said figure, and I really hope it's Eve. Because if you were just going to do a John Wick, you don't need the Ballerina IP to release another John Wick. So if it is just one, I'm hoping it's Eve herself. I love that trench coat look. And there's one weapon in particular that would be quite unique that I hope she comes with. I won't spoil it for anyone. But yeah, I saw the movie last weekend. I really liked it. I really, really enjoyed the movie. Ari says, I wonder what's going on with the J&D Wick. Great question. I have no idea. The J&D news is very sporadic nowadays. So I guess all we can do is wait and see what comes of that. Tremble Dust is here. Hey, people. Hello to you. How you doing, Tremble Dust? Definitely so slow. It's true. It's so true. Like, I have, like, their Deathstroke, a couple of their Flash figures, and the Supergirl. And the Deathstroke and the Flash figures are very overdue. Very overdue. That head sculpt looks like a Hot Toys recast. Look, it wouldn't surprise me. And again, this is why I'm looking at it saying, I think this is easy enough to put together yourself if you really wanted to do this. And maybe that's what they're doing to try to speed things up. I don't know. I just, So has been so sporadic this year. As I say, I think a lot of people are losing patience with them given their promise of we're not going to do any more announcements till we release stuff. And I think people were hoping that once Chinese New Year passed, we would see a pretty steady flow of figures from them, but there really has not been much. I got to say, from what I can see on my tiny phone screen, this tuck tailing looks better than the Hot Toys Bond. Look, I don't know. I don't know enough about the Bond suit to know if that stitching was accurate or not, but this looks nice. But to be honest, my kind of concern with this would be when they did their white suit Wilson Fisk, that yellowed pretty quickly. Like, people were having issues with that. And it wasn't like it was years down the line that they had the suit and it was starting to yellow. So that would kind of be my concern with this from So. Like, it's happened before. So it would be a worry. Goodness, so many comments. Their backlog is getting a bit crazy. It's huge. The backlog is huge. And that's why I think people were just so frustrated to see this and be like, I don't want to pre-order anything until you actually release the stuff you said you would. I think the 300 pieces in June 2025 date means this is a first batch that is ready to ship possibly. Oh, maybe. Well, I mean, I don't like them saying it's limited. They said that about the Blind Vigilante, and now they're doing a re-release of that. So I take that with a pinch of salt. J&D Kojin Week and Ballerina 2-pack. I mean, it would be expensive. I also don't know that I would want it. Feel like Lim toys also take a long time. They do. And is it Premier Toys? That's an offshoot of Toys Era. They are taking a very long time with their Last of Us Ellie figure. I feel like that's 18 months overdue at least. It's very delayed. I'm going to get this figure and swap the Hot Toys Craig Bond head sculpt onto it. I mean, maybe that would be cool. As I said, though, I worry about this yellowing given what happened with their Wilson Fisk figure. Tijuana Mike's here. Happy Friday, collectors. Happy Friday to you. I can't help thinking whenever I see third parties go in on characters like this, that it's a Hot Toys version. Oh, that a Hot Toys version isn't far behind. I mean, Hot Toys is loving Hugh Jackman and the variant. So, I mean, a brown and yellow suit Wolverine wouldn't surprise me. Who knows? I think they've done that new Hugh sculpt and they want to get as many bites of the cherry as they can. I'm with you on the line of thinking, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Hot Toys versions of Patch may come in 2 to 3 years, though. Well, yeah, it would take a lot longer. It has, about the ballerina. It has to be the Eve character, but I hope they don't put her in the dress, personally, unless they give us a trench coat and the dress. Look, yeah, the trench coat for me is the look. I don't want to say anything if people haven't had a chance to see it in the cinema. But I hope it's the trench coat. I said that last week when we had the teaser. For me, it's the right look for that character. Yeah, I think it has to be Eve as well. As I said, to get the ballerina IP to release a John Wick figure, like he wears that just black suit without the vest in other movies. You don't need ballerina to make him in that look. So may benefit from changing their estimated dates to your guess is as good as ours. Well, I mean, it will probably make less people less frustrated. I'm not sure if that comments to me or to someone else. That's a great point, Helen. I forgot about the yellowing. Well, I mean, that's what I think of. Like, when I see things like this, I think of their Wilson Fisk, and it did not go very well. What was the last figures that So released? Oh, that's a great question. I feel like they released some like more obscure Asian characters. The problem is I was going to go have a quick look on Instagram, but the problem is they don't really post a lot on Instagram. I feel like they do a lot in their closed group, which I got banned from. I'd love to know why. Why did I get banned? I got no idea. I have a theory as to why I got banned, but it was the Soldier Boy. It was the Soldier Boy figure with that really not great Jensen Ackles head sculpt. So it was the Soldier Boy figure was their last, or Soldier Lad, sorry, that's what they called it. And then before that, it was, don't say what your figure's called. The Century Warrior. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. Yeah. I don't know if they're Kamen Rider things or what they are, but Century Warrior. So yeah, not a lot of releases from the older So. And let's not forget So announced X-Men figures like 2-3 years ago. So far, Gambit, Rogue, and I guess Patch now, only X-Men figs announced. But they were teased. No, they did, because they posted, I remember there was like a big animated image they posted, and it had like, if I'm remembering correctly, it had like silhouettes of the characters, and they did very few of them. And I know when they first started, because they used to do quite a few of the CW Arrowverse figures, they teased so many figures like the White Canary, like a replica of the Green Arrow statue. Never did them. No chance we get a dress version, too much effort for them. Well, I think that's the thing, Bob. I think if you're going to do the dress, you would need a largely seamless body. Like, you would not want that with shoulder joints, elbow joints, knee joints. It would not be good. So I'm just like, trench coat look, happy days. I think it's a great look for her. Give her all the accessories. And I'd be super stoked. Yeah, they did also release a Witcher figure as well, Tremble Dust. But it's hard to keep up with them. It's been so sporadic, and as I say, I know they have a lot of things they're meant to be releasing. I can't keep up with all of them. I just know what I have on pre-order, and I'm pretty sure the Deathstroke I pre-ordered in 2013, and that was meant to be out by now. And those Flash figures were definitely meant to have been out by now. And I think the Supergirl was meant to have been, we're probably reaching the territory of that, should have been released that as well. So that was not even a sentence. My God, I'm so sorry, everyone. Haven't seen the film Ballerina, but dress you'd think would be an exclusive limited version. Look, I think if they were going to do the dress, do that as Artisan. Seriously, do a proper seamless body, do some rooted hair, make that a limited Artisan release. I like the trench coat look. I think that would be, even though there's more articles of clothing, it's probably the easier one for them to do, in all honesty. Because as well, if she's in the dress, do you have the visible tattoos? That's another thing. I got the Wilson Fisk figure in July 2023, and it's white. Oh, it's as white as the driven snow. So no issues here. That's good. No sunlight on it. It's been chilling in the detail with classic suit spiding. Looks perfect. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Winman. I don't think everyone was as lucky as you. I don't know if that's a climate thing or a batch thing, but there was definitely people that had staining, and it looked really bad. We're still waiting on the Blade figure. That's my most anticipated figure from So. A lot of people are. And they said they were going to bring that out before they announced more things, but here they are announcing more things, and you don't have Blade. I don't have my figures. Agreed, Artisan Ballerina dress. Yeah, I think that would be a nice way to do it. Maybe make it a summer convention or an Artisan limited number. Go to town with all those features, but then standard release, trench coat look, all the weapons. I think that would be cool. Right at Tattoos and Hot Toys just cracked the code on putting tats on seamless limbs. Yeah, I mean, the Valkyrie, she's got the silicone arms and she's got her tattoo on it. Looks really great, but I think that's the thing. If you were going to do the dress, would you do all the like the Ruscaroma tattoos on her back? I don't know. I don't even know if they were visible in the dress. I remember the red dress and all that, but I can't remember whether it had a high back. Can you see the tattoos? Like you see the tattoos in other parts. But I mean, if they were going to do it, it would be cool if you were going to do it as an artisan release to have the tattoos there. I think that would be a nice way to do it. So your casino agent, if you so desire to order it, it's a pretty simple release. So we've got the figure, the head sculpt. Look, I don't know if that is or isn't a Hot Toys recast. It looks a little bit like a younger Hugh Jackman to me. I just don't know if his eye patch is meant to be that shape. I'm so sorry if that's a silly thing to say, but I do wonder. So you're getting the suit. The tailoring of it looks really nice. You're getting normal hands and the Wolverine hands. He's got a beverage of choice, maybe a scotch, maybe a whiskey, who knows. And the very standard SooSooToys hexagonal base with that kind of raised sort of grated pattern, which I think's nice. I like that they've been consistent with their bases. It means that they all match if you're displaying them together. So interesting figure. As I said, I wish they would release more stuff. Costa's here. Kalimera. Fileti carne, sisakala. SooSoo's taking years to release their figures. Wait for Hot Toys. Well, I mean, that's what I was saying, Costa. Like I said at the start of the segment, how people are really losing their patience with SooSoo, and the statement they made saying they would release certain figures before they announced new pre-orders, and that hasn't happened. And so many people saying, like, I'm not pre-ordering this or don't pre-order this till they release what they said they would. I don't blame people for getting frustrated. I have two SooSooToy figures pre-ordered 3 years ago. Yeah, I have. I think a lot of us are in the same boat. I ordered the Deathstroke and 2 Flash figures and the Supergirl, and it's a long time. It's a long time and they're overdue. And I'm just at the stage where I'm just like, okay, when they come, they come. I've given up asking or whatever. But it's pretty sad, but also it's interesting to see how they were the darlings and everyone was raving about SooSooToys and how great they are. Whereas now I think in third party, it's Mars Toys. But they're not particularly quick either. I do feel like third-party figure companies are not as prolific as they used to be. I feel like in my earlier days of collecting, you would constantly have like a really steady stream of third-party figures coming out. And it just doesn't feel like that to me anymore. And I kind of wonder what shifted or why that is. Because I think third parties do play a really important role in releasing figures that, you know, licensed companies aren't going to do, or producing those companion pieces, or even like alternate clothing outfits. Like, I don't think SW Toys is the best company in the world, but, you know, the Grunge Carol Danvers they did gave me great base parts to do the Grunge Carol that I wouldn't have been able to do without it. So I really like having the more obscure stuff or more niche stuff getting made through third-party companies. It's funny, as soon as SooSoo's figures drops, then Hot Toys or even InArt will announce theirs. I mean, classic Loki, right? Case in point. My black suit Toby Deluxe Spider-Man came in yesterday. Oh, that's cool. The sculpt likeness looks awesome. Just waiting for my Vince Toys black suit Spidey head sculpt to come in to complete the accurate look. Very nice, very nice. I might get the middle panel for my John Wick 4. Hello, Mitchell. I think you're a little bit behind. But yeah, but that's what I love about that diorama, that you can buy whatever piece you want, or you can buy the whole lot. Definitely agree. There was a period a year or so ago you were getting figure announcements from third-party companies every day. It seemed, it really did. Like I remember like streaming on Collectors Unite, and we couldn't talk about everything every week. There was so much stuff, so you'd have to kind of prioritize what's licensed. And then with third party stuff, it was like, do we have time, or is it something that someone really strongly feels about? Whereas this year, it's just not been the same volume these past few years. I really don't know what has changed. Edwin Diaz, hello. How long before you cancel a PO given such a long wait? It's happened with XM Studios and Statues. For me, 1.52 years is way too long already. Well, I think that's the thing, Edwin. Like with a lot of the places you would pre-order from, SooSooToys would most likely be somewhere like Giant Toys. Like it's a non-refundable deposit. Like unless the company says they're not making the figure and they're canceling it, you'd be forfeiting your deposit. So I guess that's only a decision that you can make. If you've decided you don't want to wait for it any longer, you can do that. I don't know I've never cancelled a pre-order with Giant Toys to know what the policy is, but given it is an NRD, non-refundable deposit, I would have thought you're forfeiting it. I've only seen refunds in the cases where things have been cancelled, so I don't know how lucky you would be in getting anywhere with them on that one. You can ask, though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with asking, but you have to be prepared that they might say no. I'm looking forward to getting an E-figure with the flamethrower. Me too, especially after watching Ballerina last week. It was a great movie. I like how Sideshow offers a refund on the NRD for delayed figures. Oh, that's good. I haven't ordered a lot from Sideshow. I mainly order from Pop Culture, and I do like that if you want to cancel, you can shift the deposit onto another pre-order. So a few times I've ordered stuff and then I've realized, hang on, this doesn't fit in with my collection, or I don't know what to do with it. I have been able to just move the deposit onto another figure. So that's a nice way where you're not losing the money. But with these third-party figures, I do tend to feel like a lot of these shops don't carry a lot of excess stock because they don't want to be stuck with it. Like quite typically with Kit, when he lists stuff available in stock, there's not always a lot. Like he might be like, now available 2 units, 1 unit, sometimes nothing. So it just depends. Is anyone still waiting for their Alfred 66 from Kit? I know it's not his fault. Oh, is that the postage issues? Because I did see that was it an issue in like Dallas where stuff was just like stuck in customs? I didn't realize that was still an issue. So I don't know if anybody's got an answer. Let SG Collectibles know. When Gambit was first announced, I PO'd and it blew past its estimated release. I waited a few months after and then decided to cancel. Then maybe a month or so later, I did another PO for a fig. Then I got, I believe, a month after. If a figure does blow past estimated release date, some places may just give you a refund, but it's normally no refund. Yeah, I would have thought for things like SooSooToys being delayed, which is becoming pretty common, I don't know that many places will just give you a refund. Like, I feel like maybe you're better or more likely scenarios if you ask them to transfer the deposit onto something else, because they're not, like, the money's just shifting to another product. But I don't know if they would refund. I got my 66 Alfred months ago. Okay. And Anthony got his this week. Great figure. It looks really good. It has the really cool accessory like the little table and the telephone. It's very cool. All right, guys. It's everybody's favorite time of the stream. Well, we're going to do Star Wars in 60 seconds because that's all I can give Star Wars. And if you're new here, I'm not sorry. I don't do the Star Wars. But I talk about the newsy news, and sometimes that means Star Wars. Sometimes that makes hot takes. Sometimes that means Miss Allison is sticking pins into a voodoo doll of me because she's so annoyed that I'm not into the Star Wars. But that's the line that I walk. I'm going to have a little sip of my drink. I'm going to set a timer. And I'm giving Star Wars 60 seconds before I move on with my life. I miss the Star Wars non-talk with Helen. Do you want more? You want more than 60 seconds? I don't know if I can give you more than 60 seconds. I'm not going to lie, every time I go, do I include the Star Wars? Do I not include the Star Wars? It's this constant battle. And there was a part of me that was happy to not include it. I was like, no, Star Wars in 60 seconds. Gone in 60 seconds. Yeah, I wish it was gone in 60 seconds. Allison, come forth. Look, I think Darth Allison has probably got more fans than I do. Like, I'm not arrogant enough to think I have fans. Darth Allison probably has some, like, secret fan club that just want her and her love of the big bloody beautiful dewbacks. I don't know. I don't know. So we have a tradition here. I'm going to set a timer. I don't even know if I can talk about this Star Wars stuff for 60 seconds today. And I'm a talker, and I don't know that I can do it. Our big group here is here. Hello, Helen. Just got my Catwoman to add to my villains for the Nolan trilogy. Got it from Pop Culture. Hey, only need Two-Face and Raz. Nice, very cool. I have not got that Catwoman, but I don't know. I have the original still, and it's held up, so I've stuck with that. But the Two-Face 2.0 is definitely a great upgrade on the original. And if you can find the Mars Toys Ra's al Ghul, that is very nice. I recently just pre-ordered the new Scarecrow as well, so I'm quite excited to swap that out in my display and upgrade. Helen, 60 seconds of Star Wars is just perfect. I could settle for 30 or 15. Look, I could settle for 0. Figure in a bubble. How are you doing? But I'm a mad woman, and I'm going to do 60 seconds of Star Wars. My ring light's always in the worst position. 1 minute. I've got to center myself. I've got to balance myself for the Star Wars-ness. Are we ready? Let's go. Released this week is a Star Wars glowworm. Miss Allison tells me he's fun for kids aged 8 and above. He has a green lightsaber, pew pew. This guy is a trooper, and his name is Fives. I don't know why his name's Fives, but I'm a little bit concerned that he had to get the number 5 tattooed into his forehead. Why is that? Can he not remember his own name? Is he part of a cult? It's a mystery to me. This guy was announced today. I asked a friend, how do I say this name? And they said, I don't know. I didn't know he had a name. It doesn't matter anyway. He's dead. Why was this made when fans didn't even know he had a name and I can't get a Koye, Howard? This guy doesn't even look happy. Look at him with his droopy horns and his sad expression. He's sad because you haven't made a Koye. Make a Koye. That's all I have. That's all the Star Wars I can do. All I will say is Hot Toys need to back off the fake uber bright lightsaber stuff. Personally, I'm more a Trekkie, but appreciate the War of Stars. Is it not the same? Is it not the same? I don't even know. He's sad because he's dead. I mean, maybe. Where's Okoye? Is he sad because Okoye hasn't been made? I'm sad about that. Bobby Dylan, what did you do? He's the nicest guy in collecting, everyone. Bob Dylan absolutely is. Bob, appreciate you. That's very kind. Congratulations to everyone who was gifted a channel membership from Bob. the nicest guy in collecting, even though I said to him earlier today that I don't know that I can get on board with the rooted hair toupees for John Wick. He's still so kind. He's still so kind. That was awesome. Thank you. I try to be entertaining with my 60 seconds of Star Wars. I mean, I feel the vibe. How do you even say this name? I don't even know. Like when I ask someone, how do I say this name? And they're like, I didn't know he had a name. Really? Didn't know he had a name, and it doesn't matter anyway because he's dead. Should be on a shirt. I mean, it would be great to put on a shirt with a picture of this figure. I've upset people. That's fine. Welcome, Tremble Dust. That's all I do. Star Wars, Trek Gate, whatever. It's all the same. It's all the same. Bobby Dylan, the GOAT. He is the GOAT. He absolutely is the GOAT. Yes, it's a crime Okoye or even Wong have not been announced a date. Shame, Howard, shame. I agree, Wong, Okoye. Where are they? Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme. Show some respect, Howie Claus. These 60-second rants are hilarious. We need a compilation at the end of the year. God. Star Wars and Star Trek are nothing alike. I know that. But do I enjoy upsetting people? I think I do. I think I do. Like, when people will be like, oh, what do you mean you haven't seen Star Wars? And I'm like, look, it's fine. I get the premise, you know, Spock and Chewbacca, and people are, whoop, whoop, they get so upset, and it kind of cracks me up because it's just easy to roll people up. But he does have an animated look in the Clone Wars movie that is badass. Custom helmet Mandalorian Minotaur-esque. If you say so. If you say so. What is wrong with Hot Toys? I don't know. Something seriously wrong with them. I enjoy the upset too. See, you get it. You get it. I get it. Guys, Star Wars, see you later. We don't need to talk about the Star Wars anymore because it's time to talk about Spider-Man 2. And I was very interested in the comments that came up early in this chat with people saying they really like this suit, because I felt like I saw a lot of people saying they don't love the suit. So I understand it is a video game inspired suit. I'm not familiar. I don't play the video games. But there is something I do love about a Spider-Man figure that has those Iron Spider type, are they called pincers? Is that the name? And I think it's cool that they're magnetic, because I did wonder, how is that going to work with this jacket? Magnetic. I love it. I think that's really good. People still want to talk about the Star Wars. Why we moved on? This is hilarious when you upset Star Wars fans. They should know. It's nothing personal. Still funny. It makes me laugh because Star Wars fans, like, are they the most unhappy fandom? Like, they're not happy with the fandom or with the franchise. But then if you dare say you're not interested in Star Wars, it's like, how dare you? How dare you not love the thing that we love to hate? They don't sell it to me. The way they react to stuff doesn't make me go, oh my God, I've got to watch the thing. I'm just like, okay, go be miserable about you thinking it's all woke and you don't like it. Wow, we're on this guy from Star Wars already. I literally know nothing about the guy other than I saw him in one of the prequels. So we're in the same boat in this one. Well, I mean, it just makes me sad that we're getting such niche Star Wars things, and then a character that has been in, at least 4 MCU films that could go in either a Black Panther or an Avengers display. Same with Wong, could be in a Doctor Strange or an Avengers display. No, we're not going to make them. We're just going to make a random guy with horns and no one knew he had a name and he's dead. It's like the Peter Capaldi clip from The Thick of It. I don't know what that is, but I know he was a Doctor Who, wasn't he? Droopy horns make for a very sad man. Well, I think there's sprays for that, isn't there? I like the unique look of this Spidey, but it's not enough for me to pick it up. Well, I mean, it's an exclusive, right? Like, I think it's very limited in its number. And again, this is where, like, I have absolutely no problems with limited edition figures being a little bit niche like this. I think the thing that kind of surprised me was I didn't know there were Spider-Man outfits where he's just rocking some jeans. So, and I didn't know if that was part of the reason why people don't like him, that he's just wearing like jeans and I don't know, is it like a vinyl shirt? I don't even know what it's made out of. But I do think the magnetic pincers is cool. And I just think that Iron Spider look, and I know he's not an Iron Spider, the poses people do and the presence they have, like, it takes up a lot of space, but I do think it looks very cool. Buzz is here. G'day, folks. G'day. Hella nice to catch the stream. Big thank you to Bob for gifting the membership. Very generous of you. Bob is very generous man. Often, I'm always glad when these clones are nameless dead Jedi, as it means my wallet is safe. I'd rather they put their resources into characters that have names. Maybe that's just me. Oh, not another stupid Spider-Man with the pincers. This one is just trash. The plastic jacket won't last a week. Well, I mean, I don't know, like, what the jacket's made of. I'm going to assume it's not leather. But hopefully the magnets and having the pincers attached to it don't cause it damage. I think a lot of people are agreeing with the Equan says, the jacket says, I'm going to peel all over it. Yeah, quite possibly. Quan Harper's here. Hello, Helen and chat. Hello to you, Quan. I hope you're doing well. Ramstein fan is a fan. I think Carlos earlier was a fan as well. Toys Turbo Studio did a version. It was less than $200. I wanted it to pair with a red and blue motorcycle. Oh, that's cool. I don't know video games. Hot Toys price is way too high, and I don't want those metal arms. Well, that's fair enough. If you don't want the metal arms, then yeah, you're probably paying a good amount of money to Hot Toys for them, so I can understand that. Jokes aside, Sad Man Jedi does look good overall. Yes, I have zero clue who he is, so interest is not high for me, as maybe for some. Well, I don't know. I hope to God they're stretched denim or he's going to be going through a lot of jeans. Well, I mean, stretched denim would be better for posing as well. Listening from work like always. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hope I'm keeping you entertained on your Friday. The Waldo's being attached by magnets. I question the strength. We shall see. Think the figure already released. Saw a review from Figure Hideout. Yeah, it was super quick. They announced it and released it this week. So very quick turnaround for some of these exclusives from Hot Toys this year. And as I said, I do think when you've got the pincers, it makes for some really cool poses. Like, I have to say, like, going through these blogger photos and the sort of two on either side in particular, I do think it looks cool. Whether you dig Spider-Man in jeans or not. But yeah, it is a good question, people asking how that jacket's going to hold up. Is there going to be issues with the magnetic connection and any kind of rubbing? We do not know. The Spider-Man got buried by Kraven, dug his way out, hunted and killed Kraven's family, stabbed Doc Ock with one of his own tentacles, showed no mercy to his foes, went down fighting the NYPD. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm so not familiar with this game, so I don't really know the story. But as I said, I thought elements of this look cool. I thought it was odd to see a Spider-Man in jeans, but it's an exclusive. If you want it, you pursue it. If you don't, it's fine. Collect what you like. It's what we say, right? InArt. I'm still wondering how they're going with the release of their Joker 4-packs and 2-packs, but I don't know. They don't really want to talk about that. They have announced, and pre-orders have just opened for their Draco Malfoy figure from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or the Sorcerer's Stone if you're in the US, because that's what it was called in the US. And look, I think it's pretty fair to say that particularly when it comes to the head sculpt, this is not the strongest effort from InArt. They have already made a comment when they put out their sort of teaser images. A lot of people had a lot to say about that head sculpt, and they were pretty quick to come into the comments to say, we hear you, will keep working on the head sculpt, which I think is a good thing to come out and say early on. We know the pre-order windows for InArt figures are not very long. And honestly, when I was looking at the pricing of this figure, it ain't cheap. So I think for the price, particularly the deluxe, you really want the head sculpt to look good. And it's funny because I was looking at this head sculpt and I was like, it reminds me of someone. It doesn't remind me of Tom Felton. I think this looks like a young Baron Trump. Like, call it a hot take if you want, but I look at that picture, particularly the one on the right, and I'm like, this looks like Baron Trump. Like a circa first term Donald, young Baron Trump. That's what this looked like to me, honestly. I looked at this and I was like, this looks like Baron Trump. This doesn't look like Tom Felton. So I am glad that they're going to look at the sculpt, because to me, the details do feel very soft. And I don't think some of the physical attributes of his face are quite right. So great that they've come out early to say they'll work on it. So I think there is a lot of room for improvement in this one. Hairstyle is a little bit off, but you're right. I know Baron's, I think, is a bit more like straight, slicked back. But I just kept thinking of like the first time Trump got into office. And you know how the family all stood on stage and Baron was quite young and he's wearing the suit. Like I just was like, this looks like Baron Trump. Like, to me, it looks like Baron Trump. I'm glad you said that, Helen, because I was thinking the likeness was kind of soft as well. I'm assuming they're sculpting the hair. Oh my God, Helen, I see that now too. Well, sometimes you need someone to say the thing. In all honesty, who knows what Baron Trump looks like? Well, I mean, people who watch the news and follow American elections, like that's what happens in politics. Like, the person gets elected, they go on stage, they make a speech, and their family is typically behind them. The guy's also a giant now. He is tall. Valkyrie's here. Good evening, Helen. Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Figure in a Bubble says, I'm a fan of InArt, but they've got to work on the head sculpt. I think this version of Baron Trump is the poorest so far. Yeah, I think it is so too. And it's interesting because I was trying to find some pictures of like a young Tom Felton, and I feel like I found this one, and I felt like this was perhaps the facial expression they were going for. And I think you really see it, like his face and particularly his jaw, it's quite like narrow and pointed. So this is where I feel like the face is just a bit too round, a bit too soft in the features. And I don't know if the photo there is a reverse, they've flipped it. I don't know. I found it and I thought, hey, this to me looks a little bit like this smirk that they're going for. And you can even just see, like, with the cheeks, there's not that much sort of definition in them the way you see in the real photo of the actor. So hopefully they get it close. They get it closer. How dare you, but Trump totally would be a Slytherin, right? Baron would probably be in Slytherin. But I'm sorry, I just kept looking at it and I was like, who does this remind me of? And I seriously just kept thinking of like really young Baron Trump. I'm not super critical of head sculpts, but yes, this needs a bit of tweaking. Looks like generic white boy sculpt. Well, that would be a great name for a third party Draco Malfoy. We need more DC figures from InArt. Still looking forward to updates on Hathaway, Catwoman, and Batfleck. The waiting continues. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm still wanting to see what they do with Anne Hathaway Catwoman. You know, we're a few years down the line and they've never done a companion piece for their Joker, which I think I've complained about many times on this stream. So I would love to see them do more. But I mean, that said, if you're a Harry Potter fan, what a nice luxury to have. They've made, you know, Ron and Harry, Hermione's coming, Snape's coming, Dumbledore's coming, Malfoy's coming. So at least we're seeing them starting to build out lines a bit more. But I'm like, hey, you started with the Joker. And you've always said, of course we'll do the Dark Knight. Of course we'll do Bane. Of course we'll do Catwoman. And I can understand perhaps I don't want to do Bane anytime soon, given Hot Toys has just done one and a really good, you know, Bane at that. But the Hathaway Catwoman, the new Hot Toys one, I don't think it was the home run people were hoping. So I think if InArt can do a good version of Hathaway, they definitely have my attention. I'm not really deep into the Harry Potter line, but I had to pre-order Professor Snape, R.I.P. Alan Rickman. Snape is my first InArt. Oh, the Snape looks amazing. And I think that's the thing. I think the Snape looked so good. And then to follow it up with this, that the head sculpt is just not on that same level of detail as the Alan Rickman one was. I can understand why people feel that way. It could be the lighting too, but for God's sakes, give some skin tone like the pic. Well, this is the thing. It just is so soft. And I know Tom Felton was a pretty fair kid. But when you get a photo of the guy, you can see there's so much more detail that they could have included into the sculpt. So, as I say, I think the one sort of saving grace is here is that they came out really early and said, we'll refine the head sculpt, we hear you. Dr. Noti, hello. Hi, Helen, looks like Eddie Munster. I mean, maybe if Eddie Munster was blonde. He has dark hair, right? I'm trying to remember. The J&D Kojin Anne Hathaway is the definitive 1/6 scale version. Maybe. Hey, Shuri. The base and backdrop looks awesome, and the rooted version has the magnetic eyes. Oh, there you go. I'll keep flicking through my photos. Here she is. Hello. You going to say hi to the internet? No? Well, you got a brief cameo. Have a quick look at the clothing outfit while we're there. The photo you have is not from the same movie. The kid's face changes a lot over the 8 movies. Oh, isn't it? Lol. Because I did search, like, Draco Malfoy and Philosopher's Stone. So that's on me if that's not, if that was not the right picture to use. The figure is from the very first movie. Dennis the Menace and the Sorcerer's Stone. Sure. He does seem to have donated a bit too much blood. Goodness me. Is something flipped? The hair not? You know, I think that image is flip Bob. So that's what I was saying. Like, I found that image online, and when I looked at it, I did wonder if it had been flipped. But I picked that because it felt like the same facial expression to what InArt was going for with that slight smirk. Because other pictures I had found, he looked a bit more sort of serious. Whereas that InArt one, to me, it looked like it was going for that little sort of smug looks that he has, which I thought that photo was kind of the right expression to show. But I definitely feel like it's a mirror image, the photo. But the outfit, you know, it's the Slytherin uniform, it's the cloak. You get the broom and the standard format base that they're using for all these Harry Potter kids, which is good. Sorry, you don't know who Dennis the Menace. No, I do know who Dennis the Menace is. I've got Shuri the Menace that I'm contending with. No, I do know who Dennis the Menace is. I know there was a recent movie, but it was also a TV show when I was much younger. And again, like, they're doing the common room diorama, which they, of course, did with Ron and Harry and Hermione. So it's nice to see them kind of extend that theme out. It was interesting to look at the prices. So as I said, this has just gone up for pre-order. And I used the pricing from 1/6 kit. Like, I know If you're in Asia or Australia or New Zealand, you can buy this directly from InArt. But I got the prices from 1/6 kit, given that's anyone anywhere can buy from him. So for the deluxe version, which includes the backdrop, actually, let's start with the standard version. So the standard version, you're getting your Malfoy figure, getting your display base. You've got a dog, a lantern, you've got the sorting hat, the cloak, scarf, and an array of hands. So the standard edition on the 1/6 kit website is $385 US. That translates to around €333, 284 Great British pounds, and 594 Australian dollars. Interestingly, Pop Culture was very quick to list these. It's not like them, but I'm guessing with these InArt announcements and having pre-orders go live at a certain time, they are pretty good at having them up when they go up elsewhere. So slightly cheaper with Pop Culture, it was $580. Take that as you will. And then the deluxe version, which has all the same things, but you're also getting the diorama from the common room, and the price jumps up. So the standard was $385 US. The deluxe is $572 US. So it's a lot of money if you want those dioramas. So the $572 US, that means €495, 422 Great British pounds, or 882 Australian. So on Pop Culture, it was a bit cheaper at 800 Australian. But my goodness, that's like a die-cast Iron Man figure is cheaper than this. And I appreciate, like, there is a lot that goes into the diorama, and there's a lot of layers of clothing and whatnot. But the prices are up there. Like, this Harry Potter line will not be a cheap endeavor by any stretch. No disrespect. None taken. I have a thick skin, I like to think. The hairline makes me think of the demon Richard Mole played in the 80s movie Dungeon Master. I'm not familiar with it. If we're talking about Draco, another good one for InArt to do is Lucius Malfoy. Oh, so true. He's got that long blonde hair, which they should do well. Plus, I'm a big Jason Isaacs fan. Me too. I actually I met him at a con. That was very cool. There's so many characters in Harry Potter, isn't there? And I think the benefit of doing the adult figures is that if they do go back and do different versions of the kid, like someone like Lucius Malfoy, like Snape, if they were to do someone like Hagrid or McGonagall, like, they're pretty consistent in their look. So you could have those adult characters and then have different versions of the kids, and it would work. Like, there's so many, like, even like Bellatrix would be quite an interesting character to have. There's some really cool characters you could use. So it will be interesting. I have wondered with this Harry Potter line what the approach is going to be from InArt. Are they just going to stick with these young characters from the first movie? Will they at some point will they go somewhere in the midpoint, like a Goblet of Fire or an Order of Phoenix? Will they just go straight to Deathly Hallows? Or is this just it of what they're going to do? Like, I'm quite keen to see how far they go. Because, I mean, I know J&D's done the Harry Potter figure, but they haven't really talked much about their Harry Potter line from what I've seen. I could be wrong. And what else they might do. So we shall see. The dog looks good. It does look good. Helen, no need to brag about meeting Jason. Well, I mean, I live in like one of the most isolated capital cities in the world. I will brag. And it's funny because whenever we have cons here, like, so many celebrities will make the comment of, oh, like I love coming to Australia because it's so far away and you guys are just so grateful, like, to anyone who's willing to come here. And I'm like, yeah, we really are. Like, we are incredibly grateful to anyone who makes the long trip out to Australia to see us. Don't forget to hit that like button, everyone. Thank you, Dark Knight Archives. Hit the like button Because I'm at the end of the slides, and you know what that means? Unboxing. But give me 2 ticks. I'm going to have a little bit of water. Then we're going to look at the Heath Ledger Joker. I'm super excited. It is winter here, and it is sniffle season, and I'm doing my best not to get sick. There is something not great going around. And I'm the first person to say to people, if you're sick, go home. Don't come to work. No one wants you and your germs here. That is the end of my slides. I'm just checking. Because I forget things. I'm old. It's fine. So, it's time. It's time to unbox this bad boy. I'm very, very excited. Figure in a Bob says, I would love InArt to tackle Underworld Kate Beckinsale in all black. Fire. And I think Mike's agreeing. Who knows? Who knows, Shuri? Oh, my little monkey. Heath is in the house. I'm very, very excited. My 10th Heath Ledger Joker. 10th and the best, right? Right. So quite interesting. It's a bit of a different box. It actually slides out. So I don't have a lot of room here. This will be interesting. I'm going to move my mic a little bit to give me a little bit more surface area. If I was more organized, I would have a different section and a whole other camera, but I don't know what I'm doing. That's a lot. So if you can let me know if you can still hear me okay. I have pushed the mic a little bit away, but I like to think it's still picking up my loud voice because I'm Greek. We're loud. What is it, Shuri? Okay, so let's get Heath out and have a look. Cool box. Lots of ha-ha-has. I do think the picture at the front is very beautiful. What do you think, Shuri? Oh, goodness, it's a big box. I don't even know if I'm pulling it out the right way. I think leaning against the desk, it makes the most sense, Helen. Let's go. Great visuals. Totally professional reviewer, guys. No. Inside box art, beautiful. The picture is actually of the sculpted. I know that I'm pretty sure the artisan one has the rooted, but they have got a different photo for this one, which I appreciated. I don't know how I feel about the tongue, though. I don't know that I'm going to use the tongue. Ramstein fans excited. I'm not going anywhere but Heath Ledger Joker. Oh, well, I guess it was good while it lasted. Don't like Heath? He's literally my homie. Congratulations for picking up the Joker figure. Thank you. I'm very, very excited to finally have it in hand. So I've been waiting 6 months. It's very cool. It's very cool. It's actually foam back, so it doubles. It doubles, Shuri. You excited? It's okay. She's got a lot to say. Goodness, a lot of packaging. We've got another cutout here. I'm just wondering how I'm going to tackle this because there's a lot to this box. There's a lot to this box. I sometimes feel like I don't think these unboxings through well enough. So the figure is in this little foam cutout, separate. Keep him safe. Instructions, which you guys know, I love instructions. I don't think people want to watch me look at instructions, so that's fine. There is a lot to this, my goodness. Okay. Quite a few accessories. Apologies for any funky sounds that this is making. I'm doing my best. I'm also trying to make sure I don't put stuff where Shuri might destroy it, because that will make me sad. That would make me sad. All right. Where to start? Where to start? Oh, goodness. Comments. I love this Joker sculpted one. I ended up loving a ton. Hot Toys did an excellent job on sculpting the hair on the Joker. Agreed. Just be careful with the thin strand sticking out. Noted. I remember you mentioning that last week as well. He's alone on the shelf with his base. I'll be adding a Batfleck 2.0 to his shelf when he shows up. Heath and Batfleck, really? Figures come with instructions. Yeah, and I read them because I like instructions. Instructions save lives. Read them. Tremble dust. I think that needs to be on a t-shirt. Seriously. They do save lives. Okay. Let's get started. I have to say, I really love the base, and I don't know where or how I can use it, but I'm trying to think of a way I can somehow incorporate it somewhere into my display. My goodness. There's a lot of parts, and I'm trying not to be too aggressive with opening this clamshell because I don't want little parts and pieces to go flying everywhere, because that's not fun. And there's a cat in this room, so I feel like that's not a great recipe for anything. You know what? It is the little things, and I do love clear acrylic crotch grabber. I do like that. Would have been nice if the thing was clear acrylic as well. But baby steps, right? Baby steps. Harley, Peacemaker, Joker seems like only DC figures get magnetic tongues. Well, I don't know. Maybe something from Star Wars will get a magnetic tongue. Who can say? So this is the display base, and it lights up. And I do have a USB-C, so I'm hoping this will work, because that would be cool. And if it doesn't work, I'm just going to look silly, aren't I? Let's give it a go. What is it, Shuri? Is there an on button? Great question. Oh, I don't know if I have the right voltage, Shuri, do I? You guys are just riveted, aren't you? I don't know. I'm assuming if I plug it in and it's working okay, that it should just, but this is not. It's a shame, because there's like a Dark Knight logo, and that's what lights up. Yes, the button is right above the symbol. Oh, really? I feel like I'm missing something obvious. But I also love, you don't want to use the stand. Little rock. Little rock. Okay, it is like a little rock. That's what I wondered. I thought, I'm also trying not to break it. This is why I'm going to look at the instructions, kids, because life is just easier. And anybody who's seen me unbox stuff knows I get very paranoid about breaking stuff, and I probably go a little bit too gentle with stuff. So the instructions are, my friend, everything but the base. Come on, where's the base? Oh, I was pushing the rocks. It was not a rock. Oh, come on. It was lit up. Now, why aren't you lit up now? I pressed it. Look. Look at that. We got there eventually. How cool is that? You have to press this little thing. I was pressing these big things thinking it would be a push down thing. I love it. I don't know how. I don't know where. But I want to try to incorporate this somewhere in my Dark Knight display. I really hope. Press it again. It's intermittent. Okay. I feel like it's just doing the solid light for me. I don't know if it's the voltage of what I'm using, but I just seem to be getting the solid. Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with this. But I'm just getting solid and off. Oh, goodness. What is going on? I don't know. I don't know why I'm not getting the intermitted. It has a pulsating effect as well. Well, mine's not doing that. I don't, as I say, I just have, I had a random USB-C I was using to charge my phone. And it's plugged into a power board through USB. So I don't know if I'm using something that's maybe not the right voltage or not. But I'm not getting that outline. So I don't know. I'm probably going to have to re-watch a review to see what it was meant to look like. Because I want it to work how it's meant to work. I don't want a partially working display base. I'm going to worry about this later. I wonder why. Oh, no, look. Whoa. It's fancy. That's so cool. Like, if you could have this somewhere with like a battery pack, like, and just have that in the background, that's so cool. That's so cool. I do. You kind of have to touch it in a different part, but that's amazing. I love it. This base is seriously, I know it's a little thing, but I do love that Hot Toys has stepped up their game when it comes to a lot of these display bases and that light up base. And as I say, even having multiple parts in the base where you can put the figure stand and you can cover them up. That's just a beautiful thing. I don't know where this is going to go, but I want to find somewhere to incorporate that into my display somewhere. Yeah, we got there. I got there, guys. I got there. It's like the bat cycle with the mirrors. We get there eventually. Helen, will you have the light up base feature on with the rest of your display? I want to try to find a way to incorporate it. I don't know where or how, like if it's in the Joker display, if it's in the main display. I don't know. I really want to try to find a way to make it work. It's for the foot as well without the stand. There's a peg. Yeah, I know. And I love that. That's a very feel like that's a very statue action figure thing to have the little peg and it can stand up there. So yeah, I love it. I think that's very cool. Nice base. I'm waiting to get Scarlet Witch just shipped from Kit. The base on that figure looks great. I know, and I saw Kit had some artisan versions of Wanda as well, which I was tempted by. But when I thought about my A-Force, like most of those figures have sculpted hair. And I have sculpted Wanda on pre-order, and I really want that John Wick diorama. So I think I'm picking John Wick diorama over artisan Wanda. Please forgive me, Bob Dylan. It holds up pretty well. It's how I have mine without the stand, just the foot peg, and he hasn't tumbled. Oh, that's great to know. Sorry, plastic scratching on the desk. So, it's a Joker. So we have many purple hands. You probably don't need Helen to show you many purple hands, but he's got some open hands on the figure. And then you have the typical, I think these are some pretty standard Joker-esque hand poses. It's very, very cool. What else does he come with? He comes with some cash money. So there's 3 stacks of these bills. They have the Joker on the face. Don't know if you can see that. That's very cool. So these dollar bills with the Joker. And the 3 stacks all seem to be identical. So that's cool. It's never something I've done, but I have seen people scatter like the money across the base, and that's something cool that you could do if you really so desired. Being a Joker, of course, he comes with a whole bunch of playing cards. I'm not going to open them because I don't want teeny tiny cards on the loose. But if you've had a Joker figure, you know, like it's a pretty standard accessory. What else have we got here? We've got just some wrist pegs. You know what they are. Oh. We've got some plasticky things. I'm wondering if this is the foot peg for the base or not? 2 ticks. But he's got his the tool for the eyes. Fair enough. He's got some plastic tweezers. I'm assuming these are for adjusting the layers of clothing, and if they are, that's amazing because I've always thought to myself I should go buy some like plastic tip tweezers for things like that. Like you've got a suited figure, you put the sculpt in, you want to hold the collar. Howie claws. It's very clever. It's very clever. There's a peg for the foot. Ramstein fan, is that what this is? I wonder. Because otherwise I'm going to have to get the instructions out. This is why I like the instructions, kids. I feel like I'm not flying blind if I have my instructions. That's why I like to read them, but that's probably not the best viewing. I Are you keeping your quarter scale Joker? I can see in the background. I've got quarter scale Joker. Oh, 100%. I love my quarter scale figures. They're staying. I kind of like them as like sort of having them as an accent piece at the top of the display. I know I've got a couple of 6 scale figures on that shelf. They're not staying there permanently, but no, I love it. And I've used the quarter scale for a bit of a different look. I took the purple coat off. So I kind of like now that I've got like the vest version there. I've got the grey jacket there, and I've got some of the purple suits, and I've got the different looks down there with Nurse and Bank Robber and the Police Joker. But yeah, I love it. I really like that figure. I'm definitely keeping it. The one thing I would do though is if they made a quarter scale Bane, I would be very tempted to get rid of the quarter scale Batman Begins. So I could have Joker on one side, Bane on the other, and then the QS one in the middle. That would be like my ideal, but I don't know that we're ever getting a quarter scale Bane. Gotcha Artisan, I got sculpted. The tariff wasn't that bad. Additional 16 US, so that's not too bad. The angles are pretty strong. Wish they had included ungloved hands. I tried DX13, but it's a bit small. Not bad, but you can barely notice. Natalie says she's got the quarter scale Joker and loves it. Yeah, I love it too. The QSO one as well, I absolutely love. I was very careful with the money. Well, you should be careful with money, both in 6 scale form and real life. Okay, that is the peg for the foot. Amazing. Quarter scale Bane would be insane, right? Quarter scale Bane with like seamless arms. That would be so cool. I would love that. Like, I know I don't feel like the quarter scales sell well, but I feel like it would be a great thing for Hot Toys to do. Okay. So many accessories, guys. So many accessories. Oh, goodness. There's the grenades on the string. I'm not taking them out because I don't want to have to deal with grenades on a string. Apologies. I know that's a cop-out, but it is what it is. Goodness, we've got many accessories, some of which I don't know that I've seen before. I don't know that I've seen this kind of knife with a Joker before. That's a bit different. And they have, like, the painted details really nice. Like, this is clearly, like, a very thin plastic, but the metallic paint job is really nice. This is a very Joker accessory. We've got this knife here. I feel like most Jokers come with this. He loves a knife. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh, you can close it up. That's pretty cool. Is it a switchblade? Is that what they call this? So you can have it as the knife, or these bits fold up and you can have it closed. And again, like the metallic paint on this, like, it's clearly plastic. Looks really nice. Goodness, one more knife. I really don't think some of these knives have come with previous Jokers. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. We've got 2 of these blades that are for the shoes, of course. And then what might be one of my favorite accessories, because not only an accessory for the Joker, but maybe a John Wick if you need one, a pencil. Maybe I will put this with my John Wick. quarter scale Bane, JND could have stood out if they announced quarter scale instead of third scale already. Well, I mean, I guess it depends what you've got the license for, but this is my thing with Hot Toys. Like, they redid the, I guess you'd say the QS01 with the QS19. I'd love them to do a Bane. Like, seriously, if they did like a Bane and a Catwoman in quarter scale, I would be very hard for me not to get both of them. Quarter scale Scarecrow would be awesome. Would be nice. I can't see. I'm kind of shocked they're doing a 2.0, to be honest, of the Scarecrow, but I will totally take it. Butterfly Knife, Ball Song. Balla Song. Okay, is that what that called? I believe it's called a butterfly knife. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Well, I don't know. Switchblade. I'm the worst person to say what weapons are because I don't know. So we've got gun. These are all plastic. And I know some people get a real thing about die cast. But if I'm honest, I don't mind. We've got a little bit of action there. This springs back. I don't mind them being plastic because I feel like if the weapons are like heavy die cast, that it's going to weaken the joints over time. Like if you're posing this up and you've got elbows bent or you're doing something with the wrist and it's like heavy die cast, I just feel like it's going to wear down the body of the figure. So I have no problem with plastic, and I feel like Hot Toys have got a nice amount of details in these, so I'm got no problem with that. Also got his shotgun. Again, I feel like this is one we've seen a few times. You got that moves. That's cool. It's nice. It's nice. Got his shotgun again. I feel like we see that. We've seen it with the purple coat. I feel like we've seen this with the bank robber. What else have we got? We've got just some pins to go with. I'm guessing it's the grenades with the string that, again, I don't want to pull out because it's just going to be hard to get back in. And then the last accessory, which feels like a hilarious note to end on, is the tongue. A swap out tongue. Who would have thunk it? I know that he licks his lips a lot. I just don't know that that's what I want for my display. But hey, some people might want it. I get it. It's a very iconic thing. Yeah. So I'm just going to put the clamshell back on the accessories just in case Shuri comes back and joins us. But guys, let's look at the Joker himself. I'm very, very excited. I'm just going to check some comments quickly and then we'll get to the Joker. Blurred Dad Life. I'm late to the fun. Hope all is well. I'm good. I hope you are too. The Riser's Armory Batman scales better with the Joker. If you can grab your DX12 and compare the differences in scale, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, I know it will, and this is where part of the reason in getting the clear Armory was also getting Dark Knight that has better proportions. What I'm actually hoping to do, and I don't know how well it will work, is I'm wondering if I can put the DX12 in the Armory and then use the Batman figure itself in this display. So that's my intent. I just don't know how that's going to work. And if it's too small, I may have to look at trying to pick up like a cheap DX19 to put in there. Because I know I have seen photos of that and that does seem to work. I just know that the DX12 is now quite small. So I just don't know if that's going to look silly in the Armory. But that's my thing. Hey, Shuri. Forget Harley with all this knife talk. All I think about is Mantis from Endgame when she says to Quill and Thor, yes, please use knives. Oh, goodness. Agree at diecast. Diecast accessories do look nice and add to the realism, but I agree over time, if the figure is holding diecast accessories and joints aren't reinforced, it will sag 100%. A cap shield plastic is not bad at all if painted right. I agree. I know a lot of people want to die cast. I'm much happier with plastic stuff. And as I say, as you've said, if it's painted well, visually it looks really good. I can tell you're going to have a great time with that Joker. Enjoy posing him, Helen. Thank you. I look forward to it. Francis Psycoco, I hope I said that right, are getting Bane in a few days. Now I'm only missing a Dark Knight. I hope the Dark Knight Armory 2.0 will be available here. I mean, I have the original Armory. It's lovely. And I am hopeful that Bruce Wayne head sculpt will be really nice. It's probably the one thing I don't like about the clear Armories. I'm not a fan of that sculpt. And I don't know if I'll feel differently once I have it in person. But everything I have seen of the Power Pros Bruce Wayne sculpt, I haven't particularly liked. Dark Knight Archive says DX19 is the way to go. I'm guessing you mean in the Armory. I'll give the 12 a go and I'll see. And if it looks horrible, then I'm in for another purchase. But should we still pick up a DX19 with the new Armories coming? It's much better, right? Well, I think it is. I think when I've looked at reviews comparing the Dark Knight figure from the clear Armory to the DX19, I think there's some significant improvements they've made to the neck, to the shape of the suit, even the cape. Like, to me, it actually looks like a really nice cape. And I'm going, could this be the first Dark Knight where I don't have to replace the cape? That would be nice. Yes, for the Armory. Okay. As I say, I'm now realizing I've opened myself up to this, so we'll see. I'm gonna get Heath out, my homie. Thought there was some padding there, but there is not. Oh, there's padding around the sculpt. Ah, interesting. The thin strands of hair on the side, the ones that Ramstein fan told me to be mindful of, they do actually have foam around them. So they come well protected, but you have to be careful with how you do them. He just looks so good. He's such an improvement on... And I know it's been a long time between purple suit Jokers for Hot Toys, but seriously, it's so good. Like, even the tailoring, like the way the layers sit, you know, it's not poofy. It's not like bulky. Like, and I know it's not meant to be an amazingly tailored outfit, but when you've got a jacket that comes out like a tent, it just takes away a little bit of the realism. But I like it. I like it a lot. I might need to adjust the eyes. But I think as well, I feel like Hot Toys has struck a really good balance this time on the amount of the white face makeup and having just a little bit more of the skin showing. Like, if you look at the DX1, they've really caked the white face makeup on that thing. Whereas with this, you're getting a lot more, like, you're seeing a bit more of the skin coming through. You're seeing a bit more wrinkle. You're seeing a lot more detail. The hair has a lot of detail as well. Like, these little strands at the side, particularly these ones, like, I can totally see, like, you need to be careful with that. And even the coat, like, it doesn't look like a new pristine. Like, I think that's the thing with the DX11. Like, the purple was a very solid purple, but here we can see there is a lot more, like, weathering to the purple coat, which I think is, again, just makes it look so good. I love it. I love it. I'm super stoked. Super stoked with this guy. I don't know what else I can sort of talk to be honest. So it feels like we've got some wires down here, which is nice. That is very nice. Because the jacket comes in these sort of you've got these 4 panel sections. And the bottom of each section has wires on it, which is a nice touch. Because if you were wanting to do like a walking pose, you wanted to have the jacket kind of coming up, you've got wires along the side of the coat here. That's very cool. That's very cool. It's a huge upgrade, seriously, on the DX 1100%. And I get it's a hard comparison to make. It's a much older figure, but this just shows how much Hot Toys has improved in that time period. Like, a lot of people want to be like, oh, you know, do they really innovate? Do they really? But I think they do. I think you can see things have improved. Like, the baseline quality of like tailoring of suits, of details and head sculpts has definitely improved. Often says, I need to try to get an OT head for the DX19. Yeah, I hear that. I hear people really like the OT custom stuff. I've never bought anything from him. I love that you called an armory lovely. Not sure I've ever heard that description for one of those. Well, I mean, why not? It is lovely. Will he be replacing the purple coat Joker behind you, displayed in the same spot? So my thinking is, because this is my main shelf here is predominantly Hot Toys. I have the InArt purple coat Joker there. So I am thinking I will pop the DX32 there, and that the InArt Joker will come down to my sort of Joker shrine down here. Because at the moment I have the InArt one sitting with the jail cell, but the purple coat is the DX11. So I'll pop the InArt one down there, and then the DX11 will join the DX1 in box purgatory. I'm thinking that's going to be. Is it really form-fitting? Is it really form-fitting tailor or tailoring? Did I not say tailoring? I don't know. The cape is decent, but I'm using a custom cape on my Armory Batman though. Oh, okay, that's good to know, because I saw there was a Jackson Zhu cape that went up for pre-order on 1/6 kit for the, is it MMS 702? But I'm going to wait to see it in hand, because I should get it mid next week. So I was going to wait to see how I felt about the cape before I bought that. When are these companies going to give us 6-scale combs for these artisan figures? Well, I mean, that's where you use a little eyebrow brush, right? Eyebrow brush is your friend. He's amazing. Hey, yeah, look, he really is. And I'm happy to finally have him. I remember I saw him in Hong Kong, thought he looked really good. I remember staring at it, and I just remember thinking, like, I know I have the InArt one at home, but I feel like this one is better. And as I said, I left the InArt one in the cabinet. I didn't want to be doing comparisons. I just wanted to kind of focus on this and just be able to enjoy this for what it is. And even Hot Toys now, like, they're not using big, bulky press studs for the vest. Like, they are using those much thinner clips, which, again, is just another thing that helps the clothes sit really nicely to the body. It's very cool. I still don't know why Hot Toys isn't offering Armory Batman figure for sale separately. I would buy. Well, that's my thing, Anthony. I really wanted to upgrade the DX12, and that's why for the longest time I was hoping InArt would finally do a Dark Knight. And then Hot Toys has just put the new Dark Knight behind this Armory paywall. I have the original Armory, so I didn't want to get a new version of it. And I hadn't intended on getting the clear one, but as I say, I got enabled by Bob Dylan, and I do think it would be a cool companion piece to have next to Bane and the camo tumbler. I really ummed and ahed about what to display with my camo tumbler because my other vehicles are with a Batman or a Bruce Wayne. So to have a shelf that wasn't with a Batman or a Bruce Wayne, like with the camo tumbler, it felt a bit odd. But then I'm like, okay, maybe that's the best of both worlds. So I've got Bane, like the pose I've got, he's kind of climbing out of the tumbler. And then next to that, I can have the clear armory with the suit. Again, I'm going to try the DX12 and see if that works. And having, like, I might even just have the power pose figure, like, facing the armory. Like, I might not even have it facing out if I don't love the suit. But then I thought that's a nice way to maintain, like, a Bruce Wayne presence throughout the display, but then also have Bane, because I do have two of them now. And I didn't want to get rid of them. And I wanted to have Bane with the camo tumbler as well. So I feel like maybe that's a nice compromise. That's a good idea, Helen. I'm assuming you mean about the eyebrow brush, maybe. If not, I have lots of good ideas, maybe. Cousin Anthony's here. Figure Posing Channel. Look at that fancy logo. Figure Posing Channel had a rebrand. And I have to say, cousin, the black and gold is looking very classy. I like it a lot. Hi, cousin. Eyebrow brush talk with Helen. Finally, we'll be driving home listening to the stream. You missed Star Wars in 60 seconds. I'm sure you'll go back to listen to that. But drive safe. Don't text and drive, as we like to say. And thank you for tuning in as always. I appreciate you. After you spend a little time with your DX32, you should definitely do a comparison video between it and your InArt version. Yeah, potentially. I just don't know because I'm getting it so late. There's a part of me that does wonder, do people still want to see that? I don't know. I find reviews really intimidating. Like, I don't feel like I have the best setup for them. So my review style, if you'd call it a style, I'd say maybe more strategy. I've more done things like clothing outfits that I feel like people don't do because I feel like there is a value in reviewing things like the Topo suits because people want to know, like, is it compatible with the Hot Toys head sculpt? How does it scale to the Hot Toys sculpts? And because no one does them, I feel like I step in and people might be so grateful that they don't care that the production value is really bad. I don't know. So I'm thinking I definitely want to do a video about the Kane suit. And then I'm thinking I might do an unboxing of the armory because I am really keen to, maybe this sounds arrogant, I don't know, but like document my first impression of it, given I didn't want to pre-order it first. And it wasn't cheap. Like that thing retails for like $1,000 Australian. So I'm keen to get my reaction to it. And it's the same, like when I got the 89 Batmobile, did I think it was the most amazing unboxing and review? No, but I did it live. Like it was live. I'd call it live to tape. So it was, I was recording it as I was seeing it. There was no script. It was just me saying what I saw. And I kind of like having that memory of that very genuine unboxing. And that's why even with the figures I unbox live, half the time I think of later, I could have said all this stuff, but I just want to give people like my genuine reaction to stuff. So that's why I'm thinking with the armory, like it might be cool to do that. But I don't know if people do want my opinion, like maybe like I'd say the biggest thing is like, let me know in the comments or if you're watching on the replay, if that's something you do or don't want to see, let me know. Because I just figured people who have reviewed this 6 months ago have done that comparison. So I don't know. I struggle with, I'm going off on, story time with Helen. Like when I do videos, which I admit I don't do enough of just videos, I really try not to do things that everyone has done. And it's really hard because particularly with like advice type topics, which is what I lean more towards, I just feel like so many people do the same topics over and over again. And I'm like, if I don't feel like I've got something new or particularly compelling to say, I shy away from it. Because even when I did the video about my garage display case, like the main reason I did the video was because I figured I used some different materials, and I thought, like, as an Aussie, I know I appreciate it when I can see a video that talks about sourcing things from shops I can access easily or is a bit more local. And that's why I did it. I definitely wasn't thinking I'm going to be like Costa or I'm a DIY channel. I just more thought, like, maybe I can share a different perspective. I can help Aussie collectors with a bit of insights into like the products I used here. Because some of the stuff I mentioned in Costa's videos, like I couldn't get here. So I had to do my own research and find different suppliers for different things. And I'm happy to share that information. I'm not a like gatekeeper of that stuff. So yeah, maybe I'm just overthinking it, because I see some people just put out videos all the time and I'm like, oh, this is very similar to other things you've done, but I'm probably overthinking it. Live unboxing, no, it will not be a live unboxing of the armory. The acrylic, I'd be so scared of dropping something or scratching something, but it will be live to tape. That's what I can do, like a live but recorded. Because yeah, I just worry about the acrylic and I don't have a lot of room here. And if something happened and that fell or it dropped, or Shuri came in and I dropped something, I would be very sad. I would be very sad. Alrighty, y'all, I got to head out, but thanks for the stream as always, Helen. Have a great Father's Day weekend to all the dads out there. See you next week. Oh, is it Father's Day in America in June? Father's Day is in September in Australia. I didn't realize they were different. Whoa. If I knew, happy Father's Day to people celebrating. I didn't realize. Did not realize. It was a great experience inserting all the gadgets into the armory. Make sure you have some tweezers handy. It's very helpful. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, so many little parts and pieces. I would not want to be handling like the little grenades and things like that. So that's why I'd rather pre-record or do live to tape, and then if something goes wrong, I don't have the pressure of being on a stream and going, I need to talk, but I need to find the thing and where is Shuri and whatnot. So thank you. Awesome stream. Thank you. I will wrap up in a minute. Santi Zuccarino. Hi there. I have 2 questions. Sure. 2 ticks. Sorry, tickle in my throat. The Avengers base with the big A, is it custom? Yes, it is. So this base, I bought when I was in Hong Kong last year from, I guess I'd call him a customizer called Full Team Creations. So he makes amazing custom dioramas. So this is actually, it's really high quality. It's made of like imitation stone, so it's got a lot of weight to it. But it also has a sound card, and it plays like a 90-second audio clip of the Avengers theme song. It's really cool. So I have a video on my YouTube channel. I was able to go and meet Oscar, who is the person at Full Team Creations. He makes the dioramas, and he brought out a bunch of his dioramas for me. So I've done a video showing the Avengers diorama, Justice League dioramas, different dioramas he's got for Spider-Man and Batman and whatnot. So if you want to check out that showcase, as I say, it's on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, Facebook, Full Team Creations, he has a page and he shares a lot of images of the dioramas he has. He has really cool dioramas, like some of them have light up features, some of them have audio. They're really beautiful quality. I was really impressed, and they're all unique. And that's what I loved. Like, I had messaged him before I went to Hong Kong to say, hey, I want to buy one of these Avengers bases. And he had about 2 or 3 different versions of them. And you could see the rock formation and the paint applications were slightly different. And he was like, pick which one you prefer. So I loved that. I love that you could see that they were all unique. And they're not plastic, like they are very heavy. That, I think it weighs around 1 kilo, which is substantial. Thank you for wishing us a happy Father's Day. I wish I knew sooner. I would have said that at the start of the show. I didn't realize there was a Father's Day in June. Like I think Mother's Day in the UK is like March. So I knew that was different, but I didn't realize there was different days for Father's Day. So yeah, 100% happy Father's Day to all the dads. Tomorrow's my birthday and Sundays is Father's Day. Well, it's just a weekend of you, Dark Knight Archives. I hope you're having lots of lovely stuff done for you. That sounds like you should be weighted on hand and foot this weekend. 100%. Do you own any Batman Begins 1/6 scale? Are they recommended? Thanks, great streaming. You're welcome. Santi, I do. I have, you probably can't really see it, but right here where my finger is pointing, I have the original convention exclusive First Night Out Bruce Wayne figure. It is a bit old by today's standards, and I have actually swapped out the head sculpt for the DX19 head sculpt, that original head sculpt. It's dated. It had a really long giraffe neck as well. There is a 2.0 that came out, which I think was the MMS 595. And the second version of that is really nice. Like the first version was quite shiny, which is not particularly accurate, but then the later batches Hot Toys released had a more matte finish. And that looks really nice. I wasn't going to get it, but now that I'm incorporating more 2.0s in my display, I think it's going to eventually start looking too small. So I will potentially be looking to upgrade to that as well. I like it, but then I will preface that by saying I'm not the kind of collector that needs 100% accuracy, and I'm not studying every minute detail. I know some people get upset about the placement of the cape clips and little things like that. If something looks cool, I buy it and I enjoy it. So I guess you're the only person who knows, like, how much do little details like that matter to you. I'd say there's probably a lot of reviews out there as well for the MMS 595 because it has been out for a while. But yeah, I've had a lot of enjoyment from that. I do have it in the First Night Out look. I prefer that look than the actual Batman look itself because I have other Dark Knight figures in this display. But it's up to you. I hope that helped, but definitely, like, the full team creation dioramas, I can recommend. If you want, check out my showcase video. Thank you, Helen. You're a breath of fresh air. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you. That's very kind. It's Saturday morning now, so I'm hoping I'll go have a nice sleep very soon. Hit that like button. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it. I don't know how many likes I have, but I know I was into the 50s watching, so hopefully when I log off, there's somewhere close to 50 likes. Have a good one, Helen. Thank you, guys. I don't know how well I spoke about this, but this is a beautiful figure. I'm really happy with the DX32. I can't wait to pop it in this display, and when I tweak a couple of things here, I will look to do a room tour. I did have someone say, I think it might have been Deadpool Red Suit, like, oh, you sometimes talk about figures we can't see, and there's just 2 more detops. It's not like there's a whole other room. But I will try when I've sorted out a few things to do a room tour as well. But I'm hoping I'll do a video on Kane and then the Clear Armory unboxing. When, I don't know. Will they both be done by next stream? Probably not, because it is what it is. But thank you for coming to join me for this stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you've liked what you've seen. I'll be back next Friday to talk about things and stuff. And I hope you have a great weekend, guys. See you later.